Else coming up in sports.
And Sarah Pepper is live on the road. Hey, Sarah.
Hello, we are live out here at Yoga 101. Coming up, we are going to talk to the owner of Yoga 101, and we are going to get a demonstration from all these people who got up early this morning to give us a demonstration of exactly what yoga is.
Terrific.
What a crowd.
But first, here's today's One for the Family. Focus on the family. Of course, cold outside, but hot where Sarah Pepper is.
Yes, we're not complaining about Sarah Pepper. She's live on the road today, one of the latest trends sweeping the nation.
Yeah, she's looking hot, too. It's a fun and relaxing way to lose weight and tone muscle. She joins us now live from Yoga 101. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. Yes, it's fun, it's relaxing, it's hot. We're at Yoga 101, and the reason that they call it Yoga 101 is because the temperature is 101 degrees, and the reason that they do that is so that you can move and pose and just see what they're doing right now, standing straight up right now. They were just doing a pose. They'll bend and stretch, and it's about breathing back and forth. And after a while, you get so into the breathing and so into the moving that you don't even know how hot it is in here. Now, you'll notice on the ground here, they have these, and these are yoga mats, and that's for traction to keep your feet. And then the towel is to catch all the sweat that you are bound to produce, and then water is the most important thing to bring out here to Yoga 101, is to make sure that you bring lots of water. Now, what they're doing right now, Nicole, this is Nicole Beard. She is the owner and instructor here at Yoga 101. Now, Nicole, what is this pose called?
This pose is called Ardha Chandrasana with Padahastasana, which is the Sanskrit name for it, but it's actually half moon pose with hands to feet pose.
Now, what does this work for the body?
This pose is specifically considered a warm-up pose. We're stretching the spine from side to side. We're already opening up the back of the legs. We're starting off with a gentle back bend. You know, mostly it's considered a warm-up, but we're already strengthening too.
Now, what are the benefits of yoga? Like, I know a lot of people have a lot of old injuries that they have now. Yoga is actually good for all those old injuries, correct?
Absolutely. That's actually the first and foremost important part of yoga is its rehabilitation effect. You know, people come in here and they can heal old injury in the body. They can heal chronic problems like back pain, even depression, obesity, knee injuries, and things like that. And on top of it, there's while you're getting all the rehabilitation part of it, the healing, is the fitness aspect. You're healing the body, but you're also getting in shape. You're improving flexibility, balance. It's even cardiovascular. You get a really good cardiovascular workout with it too.
Now see, with all that, and I'm not kidding, last night I came out here and did a whole class of Yoga 101, so I'm not out here just telling you about it. I did it last night, and I'll be doing it this morning.
Reporter involvement. Yeah. That's what that was.
I'm all up in my work. I'm so good.
No metabolic fluid?
No metabolic fluid this morning. Sorry, there'll be lots of sweat. I have to have some sort of fluid with each shot.
We'll start sweating again in about 20 minutes. All right, let's move on to sports, shall we?
You're welcome.
See you next week. Meteorologist Byron Douglas up next with a look at your storm team forecast. Greg Katheri checks traffic, and it's the fine art of yoga with Sarah Pepper live on the road. Hey, Sarah.
Hello. We are out here at Yoga 101, and they are working up a sweat out here at Yoga 101. Coming up, we're going to talk to some of the instructors and a few more of the students and find out what are the exact benefits of yoga for all ages.
I just put it in autopilot for a second there, and that comes back to haunt you, doesn't it?
That's not a good idea, but it's so easy to do.
Yes, it is.
And, you know, maybe a little exercise.
Yeah, a little yoga. I think that's the way.
You know, they say yoga does help clear your mind, and Sarah Pepper is out live on the road this morning with one of the area's newest yoga studios.
Yoga 101. How's it going, Sarah?
It's going good. I'm so relaxed. I'm so worked out. I'm in my zen spot right now. We're Yoga 101 out here off Vogel Road, and if you'll notice the sweat that these ladies are working up, I mean, and what they're doing right now is called the standing bow, and this is going to, Nicole, exactly what is this going to stretch?
Oh my gosh, this pose stretches everything. It's actually the most advanced pose we do in the whole sequence. It's stretching the back of the standing leg. It's stretching the shoulder. It's strengthening the standing leg. It's opening up the rib cage. Most of all, though, it's a pose that helps fine-tune one's ability to focus.
Now, what they're focusing right now. Now, if you notice that this is not just for younger kids, it's not just for older kids, it's not just for girls, it's also for boys too. We have two gentlemen out here this morning doing Yoga 101, and one of the best benefits about Yoga 101 is that people who have had to have surgery or thought they were going to have surgery because of joints or muscle aches or things like that have come out here and done yoga and worked their muscles and worked their bones and actually been able to avoid surgeries and such because they were able to stretch those muscles and bones. And people think that this is geared towards both sides, the advanced and the non-advanced. So even if you don't think you're flexible, I mean, I can't even touch my toes. And I'm out here doing it, so if I can do it, anybody can do it.
So they got to crank up to 101 in there, huh?
Yeah, they got it cranked up to 101, but you know what? I don't even... Now, Kirk, the camera guy, he's hot.
I'll bet.
He
Well,
is
you know,
hot.
that's all the women say that about him anyway.
He's slipping right now. He's got a sweatshirt and jeans on. He's not doing very well. Now, me and my shorts and t-shirt, I'm okay.
All right, well, cool down, and we'll get back to you in a little bit.
Okay.
Let's have a birthday party on Newswatch Sunrise. Exactly hot outside, but boy, is it hot in here. And at the yoga place this morning, 647, 23 degrees. Sarah Pepper, live on the road this morning. They're getting hot.
We're getting hot in here out at Yoga 101 out here off of Vogel Avenue. And there's a few things I should let you know if you're thinking about coming out to yoga. Number one is that you should drink a lot of water before you get here. Number two, you should bring water with you when you come, because the only concern with having the room so hot is people aren't hydrated enough when they get here. Number three is that you should eat a good, healthy meal, and you should eat that an hour before you get here. And the last one is don't wear heavy cotton clothes. Wear very light, loose-fitting clothes and shorts. Now, what they're doing right now is their back exercises, working their flexibility and... Now, the voice you've been hearing all morning is Amy Jo Dempsey. Amy Jo is an instructor out here. Now, what part of the body is this working, Amy Jo?
Well, lots of you can tell that the legs are being worked, the knees, even a little bit of the arms and a stretch, and even the belly as they take big breaths and fill the lungs. It fills the belly and stretches, gives a really nice stretch at the belly.
Now, I noticed that some of them have their backs all the way down and some of them have them up. Now, that's the beginner and the advanced, correct?
Yeah, sometimes the knees are the tightest part of somebody's body, and we don't want to hurt anybody.
Right.
We just want to get a gradual stretch, work into the pose. Go ahead and release everybody. Come on up.
You can continue with the class while we're doing this. They could have been down there for hours.
We're ready for half I was going to tell you that the story behind Fixed Firm is that somebody in India a long time ago took 13 years to finally go back into Fixed Firm. But the moral of the story is that he finally did it. And I tell people that story, and they laugh, but it kind of gives them hope that someday they'll get there.
Well, now that I've begun my journey out at Yoga 101, 13 years from now I'll be able to do that because I can't even lay all the way back. And you can hear music playing in the background, and that's to just get them relaxed. And they've been in here for almost an hour and 15 minutes, and they're almost into their cool down. Now, once this is over, and once they're into their cool down, they'll lay in here for probably about 3 to 5 minutes just to let their body relax and just to kind of take into effect what they've just gone through. Now, age groups in here, their most popular demographic is 35 to 55, but any age is welcome. The owner actually has a son who's 7 years old who, when he is bored in the afternoon, will actually come in here and work out with the group and show his favorite poses. So, I mean, would you recommend it to small children?
You know, I think that the attention span of a child can be a little short, and they would want to come in and out of the room. But, you know, I have had people bring their kids before, you know, as young as, you know, like my son's 7 and up into, you know, preteen. I mean, I've had kids that young here and actually do a great job.
So,
Actually, I mean, kids even do better because they like the more difficult poses.
And kids are way more flexible. Kids can touch their toes with no problem. It's when we get older that we can't touch our toes or any of that stuff. So they're good in there. Now, this is Savasana?
This is called Savasana. It translates to corpse pose. It's just an opportunity for them to rest between poses.
That is my favorite pose. That's the pose where everybody just gets to relax, lay on their back, and just not do anything. It's the only pose I can do so far, but give me about 13 years and I'll be fine.
Okay, now they're out on Vogel Road, right?
We're out on Vogel
information?
Road, yeah. If you hit the light at the end of the street, you've gone too far. You can call 477-YOGA. That's the number to reach out here. It's 9642. So 477-YOGA is the way to get a hold of Nicole.
Okay, out there where the old Sam's building used to be?
Yes, go past the old Sam's building, keep coming down, and it's in a huge complex on your right.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. Well, happy stretching out there today.
That looked very relaxing, if not a little bit on the warm side, but that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It just, you know, when your muscles are warmer, they are a little bit more flexible. You can stretch better.
And, at this age, you know, I need to do something.
You ought to get out there, right?
Loosen them up. But some of those poses look a little tricky, didn't they, Chad?
They sure did. So if you're heading out for a jog this morning, it's going to be cold. If you're heading out